Hey everybody, it's Kara, your favorite cheesy dietitian who just happens to love meal planning and meal prep. So I'm here today to help you see that meal planning and meal prep are easy, fun, and perfect for your family. I'm going to share some tips with you today, one big one, and then I'm going to show you everything we're eating this week, just like usual, I know. But it's really fun to see what other people are eating, and it gives us some inspiration and excitement over the whole meal planning and prep process. And if you get extra excited, you know where I am. I'm here to help you, and I've got a great program for you called Meal Planning Pros, where we do the ins and outs of meal planning and meal prep, and in 4 simple steps you will have your whole planning and prep process mapped out, and you will be ready to go. So if you're interested in that, as always, hit me up with a P-R-O below, and I will get you started. Now, my quick and easy tip for the week is to think ahead. When we are meal prepping, we don't always have to prep just for the upcoming meal planning cycle. So, for example, this morning, I actually made some baked French toast, which is a recipe coming to you very soon. If you're interested before I get that posted, just let me know. Hit me up with like the toast emoji below or the bread emoji. I don't think there's a toast one. Maybe there is. Surprise me if there is. But hit me up with the bread emoji below or toast if there's one, and I will let you know how I do this. But this is baked sheet pan French toast that I'm actually going to store in the freezer. We have no plans to eat this week. I actually just needed to use up some bread and some milk, and ta-da! So I have these ready to go, but I have no specific plan for using them. Now, I know my husband loves French toast, so maybe on a weekend he could grab a couple slices, toss them in the microwave for breakfast. He'll be super happy. Or on a morning that maybe I forget to have something packed for breakfast, or if we're in a rush, we've got this already ready. So you don't need to meal prep just for the upcoming meal cycle, and having these little things on hand, as long as you know they're in there, can be really helpful for those really stressful times. All right, so now on to everything we are eating this week. Of course, I made eggs. I know, I make them every week. It's like I have stock in them, but I really don't. I just eat a lot of them. So the eggs are made. You can see there's only some in here. This is probably 7, I think. 5 for me, I don't know. Anyways, I already made 3 breakfast sandwiches for the husband, so he's set for the next 3 days. I'll make 2 more later on in the week so that he's got Thursday and Friday covered as well. Now we have lunches this week. Now this is a cheesy nutrition recipe, so if you go to cheesynutrition.com, you can look up these cheesy noodles with chicken, and they're actually made with a whole wheat egg noodle, and the little man tried it this morning and he liked it. So I already put aside a little bit for him so he can have some over the next couple of days. But we have that quick and easy stovetop chicken and cheddar noodle recipe all for you. It's very home style. I don't know. Reminds me of like a mac and cheese with extra stuff in it, almost like a chicken noodle casserole, but with a cheesy sauce. Oh, it's so good. All right. You probably even could, if you wanted to, make a little extra sauce. Put it in a baking pan and like bake it with some panko on top. I might try that next time. But since we are usually reheating it, the panko on top would get kind of soggy, so I don't do that. I just cook this on the stovetop. I package it up for lunches, obviously with a lid on it, which no lid right now, but there will be a lid on it so that they store okay without tasting like fridge. Now we have 3 dinners this week as usual. We've got, oh, this is giant. Okay, ready? So we've got giant meatballs for Meatball Subs, and of course I've got mozzarella cheese to go on those. And for once I actually did not make my own homemade buns for these. I actually just bought some. Really just in the spirit of wanting quick prep this morning. So we have non-homemade buns this time. Now, meal number 2 actually has 3 components. So here's the first 2. We have here, it's like a lettuce wrap meat concoction with some onions and peppers and jalapenos in there. And then this is actually Boston lettuce. So they're gonna make like almost like little cups for our lettuce wraps. So they're much nicer to use, I find, than trying to use romaine, which is something we use quite a bit when we make lettuce wraps. They're just I don't know, softer. Like they don't have that big rib in the middle that makes it hard to use and eat, and everything flops all over. So these I'm pretty excited about that I actually found this time, because it means that it's going to be a lot easier, less messy to eat our lettuce wraps this week. Now with my sourdough starter, I tried something new today. Now I did not leave them whole because they were pretty big, and I just felt like we didn't need to keep them that big. So what I ended up making, you can sort of see the swirl on this one, is their onion, oh no, I forgot what they're called, scallion pancakes. There we go. And they're really just a few simple ingredients, but instead of using just all flour, can you see the swirl in there? Yeah. Okay, so instead of using all flour, I actually use some sourdough starter. So I'm interested to see how those turn out. Of course, since we are reheating them, we are going to reheat them in a skillet, just on kind of like low, medium heat to get a little bit of crispiness back to them, because we don't want soggy scallion pancakes. But they do smell delicious, and I'm pretty excited to try them, and hopefully they're delicious with our lettuce wraps. And now the last thing I had zero prep for today, other than defrosting. Okay, so I just had to pull it out of the freezer, and it's backwards to you guys. Let's see if it'll work this way. So this is Chipotle chicken, that's what CHX is. Chipotle chicken and chorizo, and this is for quesadillas. So on the night that we're gonna have quesadillas, we will get out the chopped onions and peppers, and then we will get the chicken and chorizo out, and we will, of course, plenty of cheese, don't worry. I also defrosted some black beans that I made a couple weeks ago for mine, the husband. Maybe I can sneak a couple in, but not too many. And then we're gonna have just quick quesadillas. So it's a little bit of cooking on the night we have them, but there was no prep for that today. So having a meal plan where you have a mixture of I guess times for meal prep. So, you know, this chicken and cheddar noodles was a little bit more prep intensive this morning because of multiple steps in the same pot, but it was all very easy stuff. But that I knew would take a little bit of time. The meatballs, I already had made those meatballs when it was my component prep the other day. And so really all I had to do was make a quick sauce. Took like 5 minutes to mix that up, and then threw the meatballs in and just let them simmer for like 45 minutes to an hour. They are perfectly easy and ready to go. This Asian lettuce wraps that I have here, it's really just you have to cook the meat and add vegetables and sauce. So super easy. And okay, so I knew these were gonna take a little bit of time, but other than trying to perfectly roll it up, I mean, they really don't take that much time. Most of the time is spent with the, I guess it's proving, but it's not really proving, it doesn't rise. But anyways, it's just with the sitting time. So I mean, I knew that I would have a little bit of more time-intensive stuff today, and you can do the same thing when you know you have more time-intensive recipes. Try and have some of these really quick or basically no prep meals on hand, so that way it balances your meal prep, so you don't end up with 4 hours in the kitchen when you could maybe just spend an hour and a half to 2 hours for, you know, the whole week of meals. That sounds pretty nice, right? So how many hours are you spending in the kitchen right now for your meal prep? Okay, add that in the comments below. Say, you know, I'm doing 2 hours on Sunday and I'm doing an hour every night, or, you know, I'm doing 6 hours on Sunday and basically no time on the weeknights. Let me know below. I love hearing what other people are doing for prep. And if you're unhappy with that number, I can help you. Okay, so don't forget, you can always hit me up with P-R-O below, and I'm happy to reach out to you and talk to you about what I can help you with. And if you want that French toast recipe before it comes out, just let me know with a toast or a bread emoji, whatever is available, and I will get you my instructions and you can test it out for me. All right, everybody, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you next week.